Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Reese's Random Reviews. I am Reese, I'm about to give you a random review, and today is a random countdown of my top 10 best Disney films. Okay, just so you know, I'm going to be making two parts of these. One will be my top 10 best Disney films, and another video I'll do is my top 10 best Pixar films. I'm doing them separately because otherwise if I did them all in one go, Pixar would have taken over the list completely. So I decided to make two. Okay, so let's get down to the first top 10 with my top 10 best Disney films. Number 10, The Emperor's New Groove. Now you're probably thinking, out of all the Disney films, this has to be in the top 10? Well, that's because The Emperor's New Groove is the most Disney film, shall I say, that has made me laugh the most. Plus the animation is really cool, the voice acting is fantastic, especially Patrick Warburton who plays Kronk, and of course, everything about this film is actually really clever. It's witty, it's funny, and plus I enjoy this film. So the reason it's in number 10 is because it's a very enjoyable Disney film. Number 9, The Sword and the Stone. The Sword and the Stone is an absolute classic of mine. I loved this film when I was a kid and I still love it today. Many reasons being is because, well, like with The Emperor's New Groove, it has made me laugh a lot. But not just that as well. The film itself also is very relaxing, very calm, and even though it doesn't have much of a plot to it, it's got very entertaining scenes. For example, the scene where Merlin versus Madam Mim and they turn into animals, that scene is a classic. How can anyone not agree with that? Number 8, Robin Hood. Again, like with Sword in the Stone, another childhood favourite of mine. Robin Hood I've always enjoyed. Again, it's an enjoyable film, but most of all, it's got animals in it. I love animal characters more than humans, and Robin Hood is exactly a great film that I enjoy. Again, like with Sword in the Stone, not a great plot, not that many characters, and again, probably a bit hit and miss. But Robin Hood, again, as I said, is an enjoyable, entertaining film, and it has entertained me a lot, ever since I was a kid, and still does today. Number 7, The Great Mouse Detective. This film is an epic classic. Ratigan, voiced by Vincent Price, is epic. What a villain this guy is. The animation in this film is also incredible, as of course, this was the first animated film, I think, to use computer graphics in an animated film, if you can tell by the Big Ben situation in the scene. But the whole film itself is brilliant. It's got a clever story to it, the animation is fantastic, the characters are brilliant, and plus, what's not to like about this film? Number 6, The Hunchback of Notre Dame. I do love it when Disney gets dark, and A Hunchback of Notre Dame is one of them. This has got to be the darkest Disney film ever made, or one of them anyway. But The Hunchback of Notre Dame is an epic tale. It's amazing, and again, the animation in this is absolutely glorious. My favourite scene most of all is when Quasimodo pours lava out of the tower. That scene is incredible. Plus Frollo, oh my god, is this villain evil? I mean, he thinks he's doing good, but this guy is sinister as anything. Hunchback of Notre Dame is a wonderful story of heart, it's got great characters, the animation is fantastic, and again, this had to be in my top 10. This film is absolutely epic. Number 5, Aladdin. Another amazing classic from the Disney Renaissance, but Aladdin had to be on my list. Aladdin was one of the first Disney films I watched when I was a kid, and to this day, it's still amazing. Robin Williams, of course, as the genie. I mean, my goodness, we can all never forget that. The genie, it was an amazing character. And not just that as well, again, another fantastic villain. The animation is incredible. The story itself is brilliant. Disney went all the way to make this film fantastic, especially with its music and songs. It's just a beautiful animated film. Number 4, Fantasia. Although Aladdin was a beautiful animated film, this is a proper beautiful animated film. Fantasia is gold. I mean, this came quite early for an experiment to work for Disney. I mean, after the success of Snow White and Pinocchio, why make this film? Well, Walt Disney said that he always had an imagination to try and make his animated films into sort of like a concert studio. And he did. And Fantasia became a huge success, and it shows. The animation in this film, especially from 1940, is amazing. The music choices were great. Leopold Stokowski was a great composer. This film is just epic, gorgeous, beautiful, all in one. Fantasia is really highly recommended, and it definitely deserves to be high on the top 10 list. Number 3, Zootropolis. A very recent Disney film, but this had to be in the top 3. Zootropolis is an amazing, wonderful film. Great chemistry between Nick Wilde and Judy Hopps. The characters in this film are what make it. There's great chemistry. It's a lot of fun. And you know what? It's great for the whole family. I always call Zootropolis, it's like 48 Hours, but for animation. Or shall I say it's an animated version of 48 Hours. But the whole film itself is just clever. Everyone can enjoy this film. Zootropolis is gold. And I really strongly recommend it if you haven't seen it. Number 2, The Jungle Book. Again, another wonderful classic. The animation in this is gorgeous with great, but it's the songs that make this film. Again, like with Sword in the Stone and Robin Hood, not much of a plot to it, but this film is an absolute classic. It played a huge part of my childhood. I used to watch this all the time. The Jungle Book definitely deserves to be number 2 in my top 10. It is a classic. Okay, so finally, my number 1 best top 10 Disney film is The Lion King. Why not Lion King? Well, it had to be Lion King. I mean, Lion King is amazing in everything. It's beautiful. The animation is great. The music songs and catchy. Hans Zimmer does the music. Scar is the most evil Disney villain ever created. I mean, he killed his own brother and tried to kill his own nephew just to be king. So you can see why Lion King is number 1. But Lion King has always been a huge part of my childhood, and to this day it's still, to me, the best Disney film ever made. So, what's your top 10 list, guys? Do you have a top 10 best animated film list? If you do, let me know. And stay tuned and subscribe to me, guys, because my top 10 Pixar films are on its way. And don't forget as well that I have a brand new short film called Lime coming very soon. So subscribe for more. I'm Reese, and I've just given you another random review and another random countdown.